Hey everybody, it's Henry Molek. Make another video today, and uh, in other videos I talked about PTSD, OCD, ADHD, uh, also like going through life, being abused, which I mean most of it was like drug addiction, uh, a lot of pornography, perversion, uh, suicide, sickness, and also like the dark side, what you really go into sometimes when you get depressed, because I went through a lot of depression also, and to going through abuse also, and relationships not working out the way I wanted them to, and reacting to it in a way, but sometimes you just gotta grow a stronger skin, thicker skin. You gotta heal, and you gotta make some right choices in your life. And another thing is you gotta get better role models. Because growing up, I kind of looked up to the wrong guys, which got dragged into a lot of bad stuff. And finding hobbies that take you nowhere, I would probably say you really gotta find some hobbies that'll take you places. That'll actually push you forward somewhere where as a career, make you some money. Don't do it as for a hobby. Do it to get somewhere ahead in life that'll get you somewhere. uh and don't just do it so you could look good or look like a badass, or with an ego. Do it for that'll take you somewhere in life. Don't get the wrong impression by looking at the other people, how they are. I mean, they're out there to make money. I mean, I take it the wrong way sometimes, growing up with no self-esteem, being ashamed, having a lot of guilt on me. It's just like looking at the wrong stuff, looking at people dress how they are, make you want to do the same thing, you know. And then if you look on YouTube, there's a lot of people, a lot of kids that, get on boxing, MMA, all kinds of stuff, do real estate. They do it to get somewhere in life to make money, have a better picture in your head on what you want to do. And a lot of it is, if you're gonna do something, put both of your feet in there instead of just having one foot here and one foot here. So if you're gonna get into something, put both of your feet into what you're doing, and and do it instead of having one foot there and there. So put both of your feet in, lock yourself in, get everything out of you, whatever you did in life or whatever happened to you, because that, I mean, it'll propel you forward. And don't be stuck in some sickness, darkness, because after the last relationship, I feel like I'm like eternally broken after she shoved me. I mean, because I told her most of my story, and I mean, there was fights, arguments. There was a lot of first fights and arguments. You could call it was like kind of domestic, but if somebody does something, I mean, I reacted also to if she said something, and I kind of bitched her out back, or she threw a punch at me, and there was fights. Like I pulled her off the bed for she spilled wine at me once because I was kind of getting rid of her, and my reaction was I took the wine glass and just smashed it against her. Once she spilled it on me, I just took the wine glass, smashed it against her pad, her face. It was probably in her face, and she ended up hurting me really bad. She kind of told me to come in. She came over once. I was practically getting rid of her, but I still had to like deal with a lot of stuff that was going on inside of me, issues, whatever you want to call them, and a lot of stuff that I had to deal with on the inside. So she called me. She came over, dropped off the pictures and her lube, and uh, there was a lot of sexual abuse going between. I mean, kind of was in a way. I kind of I was I fucked her, having sex with her when she was sleeping. Told her about it, but uh, she was kind of pissed about it. But then she's like, "Go ahead, do it." I'm like, "No, I'm not doing that." Then I had anal with it. I fucked her, and I had fucked her in the ass when she was sleeping, uh, like anally, and she was kind of pissed about it. And then I was just, and then she was kind of abusing me also. It was just a lot of back and forth, but a lot of stuff we do is what I would say is what we see, because I mentioned in the other video is uh when I was doing drugs, there was this one guy, and he was selling drugs, the prostitute, and he that he was always having sex with her when she was asleep. She was passed out, and I'm like, what? It's like stuff that you get in your head. I'm like, I don't know if he was doing her anally or just having sex with her, but he was doing her from the back while she was sleeping. And I mean, it's like, don't get around better people, and then be a better, don't be, just don't get into stuff like that. I mean, get around better people that are, that'll show you better. And then, because it's like you don't want to be doing what everybody else is doing that's really like not cool, that's wrong. And you think about it, and then it's just like, I mean, I mean, I don't know, I wouldn't even know how to explain it, but uh it's we do stuff that what we see sometimes, but you don't want to be one of them people. You want to do something better in life. But anyway, she brought me over. Well, she came back and she was dropping over pictures lube, and I mean, she had me do her in the car anally with no lube out of. She pulled me out of the car once. I mean, out of the movie. She told me to fuck her. Let's go have sex in the car, with no lube, no nothing. I'm like, I kind of didn't want to do it, but anyway, we ended up doing it. It was just like raw. I mean, I don't really like it. Uh, and then, I'm like, there's people walking around. I was in the parking lot of a movie theater. But the last day she came over, I mean, one of the days she came over, and she, that was pretty much getting rid of her because she was actually married. So she was, it wasn't, her friend was yelling at me if, I mean, once, I mean, everything was going fine. And her friend was another one that was, like, if you do anything to her, I'll hurt you. And I'm like, I mean, everything was going good. And then that triggered something in me. But her friend was kind of full of it also, because when I came, before she said that she was Tindering, I mean, yes, she could get on Tinder. It was just like stupid stuff. I mean, but it was going fine. But her friend supposedly just pulled it just so she could do whatever she does. But she's kind of, it was going fine. And then, I mean, there was arguments between me and the girl that I was with. But, and then, it's sometimes I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm all over the place, and it's kind of weird. And it's just some trigger, and it's like, you're happy, and then somebody yells at you, and it triggers something inside of you, and then then you do stupid stuff. And that's when I had sex with her when she was sleeping, and I'm like, it was just weird. But I would say a lot of it, sometimes you gotta get get stuff out of you, so stuff doesn't fester in you. Because I was depressed about stuff in my life, like most of my life. I mean, I was depressed a lot. And then, but anyway, she came back, and then I don't want to be with her. She dropped off the lube that she's been using, we've been using, the picture she took of me. And then she came over, and she's like, "You don't want me?" I'm like, "No." So she kind of dragged me, into her again. She started blowing me. We had sex. Then we went to her house, and I kind of knew what she was up to. So she put her purse on her husband's chair, her working chair, and then she went in the kitchen. Once I was walking out the door, because I kind of figured it was, I don't want. It was kind of figured it was probably like trouble, that I don't want to be with her. Then she's like, no, no, just come with me, and no, no, don't leave, don't leave. So she pretty much took me in the bedroom, set me down, don't go, relaxed me. And then you know how you trust somebody again, and then she just like really much she just shoved me really, really hard. Like, you know how you relax a baby, and then you just shove it really hard, like, but she knew she could hurt me by doing that. And I mean, she actually ended up hurting me really, really bad about that. Because I was kind of touchy about stuff. I don't like getting hit or anything. It's just like I was like really, uh, how could you? I was really, really. I mean, I just didn't like being hit. It's just anything little just like triggered something in me, and then I'm one of them people. I was one of them people that gets hurt easily. I mean, I do get hurt easily, so I was getting hurt easily, and then she knew how to hurt me, so it's like relaxing somebody, and then like shoving them really, really hard. it's just like it kind of gave me really bad PTSD. But she pretty much like broke me like on the inside eternally. I mean, I was just screwed up arguing with people. I couldn't get much. I mean, nothing right. I just couldn't get myself right after this. Ended up posting a picture of her naked pictures, and then she ended up calling the roommate, the person that I was living with, and she's like, "Henry, posted pictures of me." So he kind of yelled at me, and then I ended up pretty much ended up hurting me. I ended up getting hurt again about that because my brother used to yell at me, and I used to get hurt about it. I ended up crying just once because my brother was yelling at me, and I mean, I was just going through stuff in life, and he's telling me because I was doing drugs, and he's like, "You're fried, this and this. Your head is fried, and this and this." I mean, I was working my butt off. I best up my back for him, and then I came from to Chicago in Arizona, to Chicago from Arizona, and then he wanted me to drive the truck, and I mean, I was not, it was north side of Chicago, and I wasn't familiar with the streets, and I'm like, how am I gonna remember? I don't even know where the place is. I don't know where he's going. He's just going fast. I'm like, so I just couldn't like catch on comprehend, like get a picture visual or just comprehend where it's like where's the work site, where's the where do I get the supplies for mortar, because he was a bricklayer, he owned a business for bricklaying, and it's just like I'm like I don't know, and it's just like he had a stick and he's like that's not how you drive stick, and it's just like I didn't drive stick for so long, and anyway he kind of messed me up by yelling at me, he was bitching at me a lot, and then it's just you know, I had really bad PTSD and then relationships and then this and it's just like, she also the same girl that, that I was with, it's like she was telling me she was gonna cut my dick off. She was, if you ever cheat on me, I'll cut your dick off. I'll kill you, this and this. I'll get you kicked out of your the guy whose name was Randy. I'll get you kicked out of Randy's house. So it's just like, you know, uh it was just a lot of stuff that, and it's just like sometimes you just gotta find better people to be with, or you gotta become a stronger person and do something else in your life. And then, if you ever get a hobby in life, uh, sometimes I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm all over the place, but sometimes when it's better to do something in your life, not as a hobby, but something that's gonna take you forward. Don't sit there trying to, like I tried multi-level learn. It's just like you're better off doing this stuff before actually learning it. So just go in there and then just have a mindset like of doing stuff, whatever you go into multi-level or any kind of business, go in there with the mindset that you're gonna do it, you're gonna make it, and this is what you're gonna do, instead of trying to learn it and then do not. Don't be one of the people that does nothing. You know, you're better off just like putting your mindset on that this is what you're gonna do, and this is what you're gonna, this is what you're gonna learn, this is what you're gonna do, and that's where you're gonna go. So, and just don't make it as a hobby. Whatever you do, make it as something that's going to push you forward, uh to get you where you want to go, or go where you want to go, buy a nice condo, whatever your goals in life is. You know, you could eventually get there, but you still got to start from ground zero, and always put both of your feet into whatever you're doing. Don't have one foot here and one foot there. Put both of your feet in whatever you're going to do, and then do it, and then just have the mindset that you're gonna go out there and do it, And then as far as learning, you can learn stuff later, but you should have the drive to do it. Because I mean, she did kind of break me, like my will, my it's like it's like going trying to do something. My motivation is gone, but and she did break me, and then my lost motivation and stuff in life, and like what to do. And but yeah, like I said, just move forward in life. Get out of, I mean, there's always the light, sometimes you got to go through everything to get to the other side. So you got to go through your whole past, whatever happened, whatever you did, might as well you tell somebody, talk about it. You got to go through it, and don't go around to go through it. And there's always light for you to get where you want to get, and then just go through. And don't let stuff faster in you, like about what's going on. 'Cause sometimes I feel like there's like no point to my life. I don't know what to do. Uh, a lot of it is, or there's like no place for me, and there's like nowhere, and it's just like who's gonna hire me, where am I gonna work? I feel messed up on the inside. It's just like you feel like you're not enough sometimes, and it's just like if you try to start like your own business, you can't because you don't know what to do, or you lose the drive. Or sometimes I lose the drive or motivation. I don't know what to do. It's just like sometimes I feel if somebody helped you, took you under the wing, and guided you to go there. Sometimes it's hard, but it's a lot of it is some like Tony Robbins sometimes says. Sometimes you gotta find a certainty on the inside that the other world can't provide you. And I mean, sometimes it's hard for me to actually do that. It's like to get my butt out of bed and then just go out there and do it. Uh, and then just push myself forward. It's like I'll lose my motivation or drive to whatever I want to do, and it's just like every single other day I'm switching to different things. Like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna be? Do real estate. Then you're thinking about boxing, then you're thinking to do MMA, and then it's just like you're going through from one thing. It's like as a kid, I was doing the same thing. I was going through one thing to another. I couldn't stick with one thing, what I wanted to be, what I wanted to do. So it's just like sometimes you just gotta learn. For myself, also, you gotta learn how to focus, stay focused, and then pick one thing, stick with it, put both of your feet in, and then just do it. And don't do it as a hobby. Do it for something that'll get you somewhere where you want to go, to do bigger, greater things in life. Whatever you want to make, wherever you want to live, whatever you want to have. So to have more money, travel the world, not worry about any finances, to have a better lifestyle, to get rid of stress out of your life. Because money helps a lot also. So might as well do something that will make you some money, give you more options, so you don't have to worry about bills, where you're gonna live, and then have a better lifestyle than probably most people. But not saying nothing mean bad about it, but having a lifestyle that'll to have less stress and have better things in life. Like really better things in life, and not worry about finances. Live in better neighborhoods. Probably you could probably live in one of the live in best neighborhoods. Then move on, with your life. But sometimes, you just got to put both your feet in. So hopefully you guys got a lot out of this video. And start somewhere. It's like put your feet in, both your feet in, and do it. And then eventually something's gonna come out of it. But don't do it as a hobby. Do it as something that'll get you forward. So thanks for watching, guys. Okay, thanks. Bye. Talk to you guys again.